Hello again. In our previous video, we learned how to simplify and map our processes. Now we're moving on to step 4, standardize. This is where we take our different processes and merge them into a single, consistent way of doing things. Here are all the steps to the ASI methodology. Agree and assess were covered in earlier videos, while simplify was covered in the last one. This video's topic is standardize, and the last two steps, improve and implement, will be covered later. After mapping your processes, it's time to convene your team and discuss the differences. In the previous video, we mapped different ways to make a cup of tea, and now the team must work to understand why people have done things in different ways. Perhaps they have some insight or awareness of factors that impact the output. Always remind your team and yourself that this is a collaborative effort. We must be flexible and keep the best interests of the business and the customer in mind. Our goal is to create a consistent process that produces the desired outcome, knowing we'll be reviewing for even further improvements later on. Next, we must merge the steps of our different process maps, deciding on the best order. You will either gain consensus as a team, or the project manager or process owner will make an executive decision on the best approach. It is important to know that some methodologies demand that we wait for testing before making any changes. While this works in theory, very few organizations have the luxury of time or money to spend waiting for an analysis that adds little or no value or insight into what you and your team already know. With the ASI methodology, we want results, so if there is a simple improvement that can be made, make it, implement it, and document it. You might be wondering, is it time to start using metrics? The answer is most likely no. Trust yourself and your staff. We are not going to spend time on dissecting the metrics at every step. Metrics can be valuable, but our goal is to get immediate results. The time spent splitting, debating, and figuring out metrics can take away time you can use to make tangible improvements. Let's go back to our tea example. The team has reviewed the various methods or processes and determined the best process moving forward. Here is our new standardized tea-making process. Put tea sachet in mug, pour hot water in mug, let steep for 3 minutes, etc. With this standardized method, the tea will be prepared and served the same way for every customer every time. For a more administrative example, here is a map of a standardized invoice process. This is very simplified, and you can see in the third step, there are multiple actions that could be broken out individually. Is it necessary? Not really, but this is where you and your team will use your best judgment. In this small example, it would take little effort, but effort requires time. And what if we had dozens of processes we needed to review? Aim for progress, not perfection in mapping and process improvement, just like we advocate with ASI. With a process order decided upon, you need to create a simple step-by-step walkthrough or process guide. This guide does not have to be overly complicated. Simple is better. A one-page guide with written steps, a process map, and perhaps even some side notes, photographs, or images can work just fine. Ultimately, our objective is a clear, simple, and concise document that everyone can follow. Do not hesitate to take the draft guide to team members to collect their input and feedback. As the guide nears completion, ask someone outside the project team to review it. Is the process clear, easy to follow, and will it get the job done? Here's the simple process guide for the invoice preparation. Again, very simple for now, and it captures the main steps and elements. We'll improve upon it in step 5, but for now, this will do. Once your initial map and guide are completed, create a process binder or repository, whether it's physical or digital, so all staff can easily access and reference the materials. All your future process improvement efforts need to have respective guides and binders. These binders need to be kept in the same place, either physically or electronically, or both. This will be your process guide library. The standardized step of the ASI methodology is all about creating a single, clear, and consistent way of doing things for every employee and for all outputs. So what comes next? Now that you have a standardized process in place, you may start thinking about metrics. But don't spend too much time on this if it doesn't make sense for the stage you are at now. Depending on your situation, you can now move on to the next step in the ASI methodology, which is improve, or you can go back and document other processes. Collaborate with your staff to determine the best way forward. Always keep moving and keep working with your team to drive change in the organization. We'll cover the improved step of the ASI methodology in the next video. Thank you for watching and good luck in your process improvement efforts.